Imagine a country where centuries old temples stand beside futuristic skyscrapers, where bullet trains travel at incredible speeds, yet people still cherish traditions that are hundreds of years old. Welcome to Japan, the land of the rising sun. From the majestic Mount Fuji and breathtaking cherry blossoms to the vibrant streets of Tokyo and timeless beauty of Kyoto, every corner of Japan offers an experience unlike anywhere else. It's a country that perfectly blends history, innovation, culture, and natural beauty, making it one of the most fascinating destinations on earth. But planning a trip to Japan can feel overwhelming, especially if it's your first time. In this guide, I will walk you through everything you need to know, from how to apply for a Japan visa, the best time to visit, where to stay, and how to travel across the country. And most importantly, how much your trip is likely to cost. By the end of this video, you will have a clear roadmap to plan your Japan adventure with confidence. So let's begin your ultimate Japan travel guide. Before planning your trip to Japan, one of the first things you need to decide is when should you actually visit. Japan is beautiful in every season, but each season offers a completely different experience. Spring brings Japan to life with its iconic cherry blossoms and pleasant weather. Summer is vibrant and energetic with lush greenery, festivals, and long days, but it can be hot and humid. Autumn transforms the country into a beautiful canvas of red, orange, and golden colors, with comfortable weather that makes it perfect for exploring. And winter brings a completely different side of Japan, with the snow covered landscapes, winter illuminations, and some of the best skiing experiences. But if you are visiting Japan for the first time, I would personally recommend spring or autumn. Spring is perfect if the experience, the famous cherry blossoms, is on your bucket list, while autumn offers beautiful scenery and pleasant weather for exploring. However, there's one thing I learned from my own experience: don't assume that early spring in Japan will necessarily be warm or predictable. I visited Japan in the first week of March, expecting relatively comfortable spring, but honestly, Japan surprised me. The temperature dropped significantly, and at times it even went below zero. We actually experienced snowfall in Tokyo, and the weather could change quite dramatically. Now, let's talk about the Japan tourist visa. Compared to a Schengen visa, I personally found the Japan visa process much simpler, with fewer documents and fairly quick processing time. One important update: though, when I applied from Mumbai in 2025, we could submit the application directly at the Japanese consulate. But since April 2026, regular visa applications in Mumbai are no longer accepted directly by the consulate and have to be submitted through VFS Global. You generally need your passport, application form, photograph, travel itinerary, accommodation details, financial documents, and other supporting documents as per the latest checklist. The current visa fee for Indian nationals is Rs 500 plus the VFS service fee. And here's my personal experience: I had no previous international travel history at the time, yet we were granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. So, overall, compared to Schengen, I found the Japan visa process quite straightforward. So, now let's talk about flights and accommodation. For our 2025 trip, we booked ANA during a sale and got return tickets for two people from Delhi to Japan for around 80,000. So, do keep an eye out for airline sales and compare fares before booking. Our flight was direct and took around 10 to 11 hours, with Japan being 3.5 hours ahead of India. For accommodation, you can choose hotels, Airbnb, or traditional ryokans. We stayed in hotels And these are the 4 properties we chose for our 8-night trip. Our most memorable stay was in Hakone, although it was the most expensive, around 30,000 per night. But it was completely worth it. A beautiful outdoor onsen, snowfall, complimentary station transfers, and extremely accommodating staff who arranged vegetarian meals for us. And for Tokyo, my biggest tip is prioritize connectivity over location. Stay near a well connected train or metro station, and you really won't need taxis. We traveled almost entirely by trains, metros, and buses. Now, let's talk about traveling within Japan. You have multiple options: domestic flights, Shinkansen, local trains, metros, and buses. Domestic flights are great for longer distances, and do check airline sales carefully. For example, ANA sometimes offers domestic flights as part of certain promotional fares, so you may be able to add a domestic sector at a very good price. Just check the baggage allowance as restrictions may apply. The second option is the Shinkansen, or Japan's famous bullet train. It's perfect for traveling between major cities and is definitely an experience you should try at least once. The speed, comfort, and the views, especially the Mount Fuji views on the Tokyo-Kyoto route, makes it worth experiencing. If you're carrying oversized luggage, remember to reserve a seat with an oversized baggage space. You also have the JR Pass available for 7, 14, 21 consecutive days, starting at 50,000 yen for an ordinary adult pass. But don't buy it blindly. First, calculate the cost of your individual long distance journeys and compare it with the JR Pass price. For many typical trips, buying individual tickets can be more economical. We did the calculation for our itinerary and skipped the JR Pass. For Shinkansen tickets, you can book at the station or through the official SmartX website. For local travel, metros, trains, and buses are your best friends. Taxis are available, but they can be very expensive. And honestly, we didn't take a single taxi throughout our trip because the public transport connectivity was so good. And finally, I would highly recommend getting an IC card like Suica or Passmo. We personally use Suica, and you can use it on trains, metros, and buses, as well as at convenience stores, vending machines, and many other places. There are 2 popular physical options for tourists: the regular Suica and Welcome Suica. Welcome Suica is designed specifically for short-term visitors, has no deposit but is valid only for 28 days, and any remaining balance is not refundable. A regular Suica has a 500 yen deposit and does not have the same short validity period, so it can be a better option if you want to keep and use the card again in the future. You can easily top up your card at a ticket machines using cash, and top-up facilities are also widely available at places like 7-Eleven. It works much like a metro card, but with far more uses across Japan. So our simple formula was Shinkansen for intercity travel, metro and local trains for cities, and an IC card for everyday transport. Now, let's talk about the places you can visit in Japan. Japan is huge, so you can create completely different itineraries depending on your interest, the season, and the number of days you have. But for first-time visitors, the most popular choice is the famous Japan Golden Route, starting with Tokyo, then Hakone and the Mount Fuji region, followed by Kyoto, a day trip to Nara, and finally Osaka. If you have around 10 to 14 days, you can also extend your trip to Hiroshima and Miyajima, but you don't necessarily have to follow the Golden Route. As you can see on the screen, there are multiple routes you can choose from, depending on the places you want to explore and the number of days you have. Personally, we had just 10 days and wanted to travel at a relaxed pace, so our itinerary was Tokyo, Hakone, and Kyoto, with a day trip to Nara from Kyoto. We skipped Osaka because we didn't want to rush through too many places, and the slower pace made this trip much more enjoyable for us. And if you are planning your itinerary, I highly recommend japanguide.com. We used it extensively while planning our trip and it was extremely helpful. Let's talk about food in Japan. Japanese cuisine is incredibly rich and diverse. And even as vegetarians, we found plenty of options. You can try things like onigiri, mochi, wagashi, matcha desserts, and melon pan. For packaged food, we simply used Google Translate to check the ingredients. Tokyo also has a fantastic pizza culture, and Japanese style pizzas are a great vegetarian option. Indian food is also easily available. We often had it during our trip, and a meal for two cost us around 5,000. Japanese restaurants also commonly offer convenient set meals or combos. For quick bites, Japan's vending machines and convenience stores like 7-Eleven, Lawson, and Family Marts are lifesavers. You can find everything from coffee and drinks to fruits, dairy products, and ready to eat food. Most hotels also offer breakfast, but our most memorable breakfast experience was in Hakone. Since we are vegetarian, the staff personally helped us in identify suitable dishes and even prepared a special vegetarian meal just for us. And the presentation was beautiful. And of course, no Japan trip is complete without shopping. Japan is truly a shopper's paradise. You will find everything from premium brands and Japanese fashion to electronics, quirky souvenirs, and even Kit Kats in flavors you probably never knew existed. If you are looking for luxury and premium brands, Ginza is the place to be. And don't miss Ginza 6, along with the massive Uniqlo flagship store, where we found a much wider collection and for many products significantly better prices than India. For fashion and youth culture, head to Shibuya, especially Shibuya 109, along with stores like Loft and Hands. Harajuku is another must visit for street fashion with the famous Takeshita Street. If electronics or anime is your thing, Akihabara is the place to go, with the stores like Big Camera and Yodobashi Camera. And if you want to buy everything under one roof or pick up gifts and quirky Japanese products, Don Quixote or Donkey is your best bet. The Mega Donkey in Shibuya is huge and has almost everything you can imagine. So whether you are looking for fashion, electronics, souvenirs, or just some wonderfully weird Japanese products, Japan has something for every kind of shopper. Now let's talk about some apps and eSIMs that can make your Japan trip much easier. First, Google Map is an absolute must-have. We used it for almost everything, from navigation to finding the best train or metro route, timings and connections. And along with it, Google Translate is extremely useful for translating Japanese signs, menus, and other information. If you really need a taxi, Go is one of the popular taxi apps in Japan, although we would recommend using public transport wherever possible. Another useful app is Navitime Japan Travel, especially for checking detailed routes, train information, and navigating around Japan. For vegetarian travelers, Happy Cow is extremely useful for finding vegetarian and vegan-friendly restaurants. And Tabelog is one of Japan's popular restaurant review and discovery platforms. You can also use Japan Wi-Fi Auto Connect, which automatically connects you to supported free Wi-Fi hotspots, helping you save your mobile data. And for an eSIM, we personally used Iralao and Ubigi, one each, and both work perfectly well for us. So either is a good option. Just choose a plan according to your data requirements. Finally, let's talk about the budget. Based on our 2025 trip, for two people, our flights were around 80,000 return, thanks to an ANA sale. Our 8-night hotel stay was around 82,000, while attractions and experiences including Team Lab, Shibuya Sky, temples, and our samurai restaurant experience came to roughly 25,000 to 30,000. Internal travel, including trains and local transport, was around 40,000, and our eSIMs cost was around 3,500 for both. We spent approximately 1 lakh on food and shopping. So overall, a comfortable 10-day Japan trip for two people can be planned for around 3 to 3.5 lakhs. And with cheaper flights, budget accommodation, and a little planning, you can definitely bring this down closer to 3 lakhs or even less. And that brings us to the end of our complete Japan travel guide. I hope this video helps you plan your Japan trip a little more easily and saves you some time, money, and stress. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any doubts or questions about planning your Japan trip, feel free to drop them in the comments. I would be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.